with the Black Panther. I don't know about you guys, but we all went to see it this weekend. Just came out last Friday, and we're gonna get into a spoiler review here. So if you haven't watched it, you'll just fast forward, skip through this one, and come watch it when you have seen the movie. So let's start off. Let's jump right into it, man. We want to talk about. So first off, this movie was pretty somber in tone, right? Very different from any other superhero movies I could think of, maybe other than Logan. That was in this mood, this tone. So I liked it. First off, I like it because obviously, the Chadwick died unexpectedly, and the movie really put that real life circumstance into its writing, into the character's acting, and I like that. So I wanted to know what you guys thought of that. Do you guys like that it used these real world themes or not?
Oh, man, I hated it. I don't like. They could have made it something cooler, like he died a certain way, something. I don't know, man. It's at the end of the day, it's supposed to be a kids movie. I thought, right? Like even though we know that adults watch these Marvel movies, but they always have kid service for the kids. But in this one, it was super dark, man. My son was like not feeling it at all. First 45 minutes of the movie, maybe even longer, there was like no action in it at all. It was bad, man. I couldn't deal with it.
I mean, is that true? It starts out with the people trying to steal the vibranium from the Wakandans, and it starts out with that scene. Isn't that action scene right there from the kind of from the
That was
jump?
a 5 minute action scene. If
Not
that,
even
it was
5 minutes.
dope. That was cool.
Yeah.
Like, all right, that I thought that was gonna set the tone for the movie to be really great. And then it was just downhill from there. Like
Mm.
very lulled to sleep after that.
Wow. Okay. So, all right. So, Bryce, you definitely feel negative, towards it. But what you think,
Yeah.
MB? What do you think of that?
I'm in between, man. I thought the movie was just I mean, I didn't think it was. I guess we'll talk about different aspects of it, but I thought the movie was okay. It was not particularly good. It was cool, I guess.
So, what you
Not.
think of them using the tragedy of
I,
Chadwick?
I do I okay. So do I like that? No. Do I see why they did that? Yes. Like I understand. Like these people have a personal relationship with the man, so and he does carry the first movie, um, him and Killmonger, Wallace. They carry the movie. But as
Hmm.
far as the what I have read, would I have not wanted to watch that movie? Like if you gave me a whole different option on how to make that movie, would I have maybe gone that way? Me personally, yes, but again, I didn't make the first one with him, so I get why they did.
Okay.
Hmm.
So then, do you feel like? I mean, you guys feel like art shouldn't imitate life? I mean, because that's kind of.
Nah, I'm with that. I mean, I understand. Like I said, I understand that. Is that the comic book movie I want to go see? No. Most of the movie was dour. Um,
Hmm.
it was the characters that's left behind without Black Panther are all just to me like
Trash.
characters I don't care about. They're less than mid. The Shuri is not interesting to me. She's not cool like
At
that.
all.
Like they try to make her. Ramonda is
Hmm.
cool. She's a queen mother. She got that type of I don't know what you call it,
Yeah.
that presence. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So
yeah,
that's great.
Hmm.
We
regal.
love Angela
Yeah,
Bassett. Yeah,
yeah,
very
yeah.
regal, always cool.
Yeah.
But do I want to watch like 40 minutes of her? No.
See,
Do I
that's
care
where I
about
disagree.
Riri? Hell no, I don't care about no darn Riri.
So,
So
Not
I
at
just
all.
think most of these characters that's left over, like if they had more M'Baku, maybe I could
mm,
rock with. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
I just think
Hmm.
most of the characters they have left over are not interesting characters. So we have a Black Panther movie without the dude whose charisma and vibe was carrying the movie. Now when you go back and watch
Hmm.
that first one.
See, this is where all right. I agree with some of the things you're saying, but I disagree with some of the others. So I do like that. Like I said, the art imitates life. So I don't mind a dour, sad feeling because I like sad stuff. I'll watch sad stuff, whatever. I don't really think of these movies as for kids. They're for whoever watches it, So we have superhero movies that aren't for kids. We got, like I said, rated R, Deadpool movies or the Logan movies. It's not rated R. No, I know it's not the same thing. Yeah. But what I'm saying is we can make a movie of any type of genre. It doesn't have to all be for kids just because it's superheroes. That's my point.
Well, Disney wouldn't let it not be for kids. I mean, hold on.
Well, this movie didn't have a childish,
I bet they got some childish toys, though. I bet they got every type of toy they need.
Yeah, they have toys, but I don't think this is going to be the number one for the kids. I don't think that's what it was about. And, so.
And the action was lame. That's why it's not for kids.
Well, I thought there was some good action and some bad action. So let's talk about each thing as a piece. You mentioned the actors that are left over. First off, when you bring up Chadwick or the Black Panther recast, I wanted to ask you guys, were you guys on the train for recasting T'Challa? Is that the route you think they should have went?
I mean, to me, yes. You got to think about it. I mean, to me, the Black Panther is a huge, big-time, awesome character in Marvel Comics. And as a comic book reader and somebody who likes the character, he had that arrogant, that king, and he's a genius. So he got all these cool elements that play off of other characters. His introduction into the MCU was great. Now you lose this big aspect of, Avengers or whatever you had. And, if you had to put Shuri in that same type of situation, I'm good, dude. She's just not it.
Yeah. So that's where I agree with you. Shuri is not it. I think the biggest issue with this movie is that it focuses too much on Shuri, and she cannot carry the movie. It's about her grief. It's really focuses on her grief, her, going through the stages of grief. And that's kind of what the movie's about. But she's just not a cool character. She's not interesting. She gets annoying by the end. Her dealing with her grief is not. It becomes to me less of something I can relate to and more just an annoying character. I just find it hard to connect with her, and that is not because she's a woman or something like that. Because that's what some people want to spin this. That's just because of her. I will say the other women characters in the movie, this is where I disagree with you. I thought the other women characters are great. I like Rwanda. I like Angela Bassett. I think she has an amazing performance. I love her performance, especially the scene in the throne room. I think she's amazing. Everything she's in is always great.
Yeah, I like Angela Bassett. I'm not mad. If you had to rank the women in the movie, Shuri is the bottom woman.
Exactly.
Out of everybody, basically. So
exactly.
That's my issue. But you can't make Ramonda the Black Panther, because if she didn't start being the Black Panther, that might have been hard.
Why not? Exactly. Why can't you make that? Why can't you make that happen?
Wait, no. So can you? Of course you could. But does Marvel want to have an older person as of a superhero? No, definitely not.
That's ages.
They all in the same age. Oh, look, I'm not. I'm not saying this. I'm just saying out of what they got going on, she's the lamest choice, basically. I would have rather have
Okoye.
If Ramonda became it, that would have been cool. Okoye is dope.
Okoye is super dope. And Okoye was the best part, I feel like, of the first movie and of this movie as well, when it comes to action scenes. I always like when they have the action scenes for Okoye.
She's the best action scene in this movie.
Yeah, exactly. This movie, she had easily the best action scenes. I'd say in the first movie, the best action scenes were the ones in the waterfall, the fights on the waterfall. But in this movie especially, it's Okoye's scenes that are the best.
For sure. And
you could have made her Black Panther, especially they gave her out when she got taken out as the general. Then it could have been, they could have easily written it as, hey, we still have a role for you. When Shuri figured out she could have been like, you know what? I'm not a warrior. I can't fight, but you can. You could be our protector, and it could have been like
exactly.
That to me, that scene. I thought
that would be 100% better.
That's where it was going.
Yeah.
When they took her spear away, I almost thought that's where it was going, because I kind of was like, okay, wow, now she's not, the general. She could be the Black Panther, but they didn't go that route. No, they chose not that route. I don't really understand why, because she would have been cool.
Amazing. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
When you watch when she does get the power, when Shuri gets the power and she comes out fighting, I'm like, we saw you in another movie. You really wasn't fighting. You just shot the thing out your hands with the panther
Yeah,
fist. So now
exactly.
you
Like,
fighting toe to toe with like dudes that live 500 years and super
yeah,
strong. Like I guess they weakened him, but you don't have no. When did she? I don't know when she developed any fighting skills. Maybe she always had them. The movies have not shown us that in any way, shape, or form. They never
yeah.
even showed like a flashback of her training with her brother or when they was kids. So I just don't know how she was able to fight really on par with Namor. I mean, that didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
She just I don't know. I don't want to sit up there and just like bash the movie. I thought it was the whole thing about the Chadwick Boseman stuff. I thought they did as good a job as you could possibly do, as far as honoring him. I just don't know why you make certain choices as far as putting Shuri up there because like she's just weak.
So that's why I started with, the decision to focus on Chadwick. I like that decision. Some of you guys disagree with that decision. And I think that's when they went that route, I think they did that as well as they possibly could have. My issue is just who they focused the grief on. And they put it on Shuri, and she's the weakest character. She always was. I thought she was in the first movie too. So that's the issue I have. They put the movie on to the weakest character. So
Exactly.
So let's talk about, just some of the other options, they could have had. We talked about a few. What about, I thought one of the best scenes in the movie was when Killmonger came back in the ancestral realm. That was one of the best scenes of the movie. And Killmonger was the star of the first movie. Why not just bring him back? You could have done something with the alternate universe. They could have still had all of the elements of grief in the movie, but you just bring in another, bring in Killmonger as the alternate universe's, king.
I don't like that because he was like, has he changed? Are we supposed to believe he changed in the afterlife or whatever? Because he can't come back on the same type of stuff he was on last movie.
Why not? You could
but he did change. At the end of the movie, he was like, "Yo, you won. You keep your throne or whatever, but you still should have came back for us." I mean, that's the other thing. Okay, I guess this is off topic, man. I don't know when we're gonna get to this, but why black people be like acting like this movie is just like some it has such like an amazingly deep connection to this movie, man. Like Wakanda is an asshole country.
Yeah.
Are we gonna talk about this?
I wasn't gonna talk about this. Okay, so tell me.
I'm sorry, bro, but I completely agree with Killmonger. This was enslaved. White people came took over your whole continent, and y'all was hiding. So people be like, "Oh man, Wakanda forever, man, Wakanda." Like, what are we doing right now? Y'all be like, I don't understand it personally. Like, why people feel like they have such this. I guess part of me understands it logically, but I never understood it emotionally. Like, why you're acting like this is just the black greatness.
Yeah,
it's not. It's fake. It's fiction.
No, I thought that was I thought that was the beauty of the first movie. Many people felt Killmonger and were rooting for Killmonger in the first movie. He is the best villain, 100% hands down, the best villain to ever be in, to me, any superhero movie, but definitely in the Marvel universe. That's my opinion. I think Killmonger is number one villain to me.
I don't know about that, but he's great.
Yeah. He's the most right of the villains.
Yeah. Well, but having a villain that you can, that you
relate to is a great part of it.
Is a good villain. So, or that you can at least understand their motivations. And Killmonger, can't understand anyone's motivations more than him. And so I love Killmonger. I was kind of, rooting for him. That's why I would have loved if they brought in. You could just bring in a Killmonger. He could have been the same thing. He could have been different universe. I won in my universe, and then they have to deal with that still. But
and in some ways, that makes it more true to the comic book character as well. Because one of the things that I always liked about Black Panther in the comic books is that he approaches these other characters as like, I'm a king and you're a peasant from a trash country. You're not on my level. I'm the king of Wakanda. Like, and he to talk to him, he talked like he might have respect for certain ones, like Captain America, because he's like legit about his morals and stuff. But the rest of them, he'd just be like, "What you know about me, Stark? Like,
Right.
I'm Black Panther. Like, I know all this stuff.
Yeah.
I'm smart as you. I'm richer than you. I'm flyer than you. I'm the freaking Black Panther. Like,
Right.
So I always like that aspect of it.
And you could have brought it more of that in. You could have toned him down a little bit. Obviously, you can't be the villain again, but you could tone it down a little bit. But he could still be that abrasive, type of.
You just let him know I blow your country up anytime, boy. Don't play with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that would have been a much better route. But that's the could have, should have, would have stuff. So let's get into the what actually happened in the movie now. A movie focused mostly on women. I know one big criticism I've seen in the movie is you said if there was more M'Baku. I love M'Baku. He had some great moments, but he definitely was minimized in this movie. So do you guys feel like this is part of the woke MCU, all that stuff? Do you guys? How do you guys feel with all that stuff?
I mean, it is part of it, but I don't even think that was the focus in this thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think he would be taking it too serious, like there's some big agenda. My thing is that this is the characters they had left over. After the first movie, who did they have left? If Chadwick is gone, all they have left is these weak characters, and then these women characters. The main one that you would think, and in the comics is the next Black Panther, or at least partially for the time, is Shuri. The actress is weak. The story has been weak for her, maybe. I don't know who put the blame on. And then you have the Queen Mother. Okay, I mean, she's not supposed to be a major player. And then Okoye, and I mean, who else you left with? Nakia. They not. None of them is really that. Like I said, I just don't know how that's not to me the MCU. It's just that's what you was left with. Mm-hmm. So what you gonna pick from? You could have had a dude come in, I guess, out of nowhere. But
no, I mean,
it's not nowhere. M'Baku is there.
Yeah, M'Baku's there. You could have had.
They don't believe in the Panther God. How he gonna be the
right? That's
he could have been
the
the Black Gorilla or something. I don't know. Right. But I mean, that's not something that.
To me, there's no way to write him, but he could have had a more prominent role, is what I mean. He could have been on some of the other missions and stuff like that. He could have been going out, when they went to America. Yeah. He could have done any of that stuff. So I don't think he could have been the Black Panther. You're right. I don't think that was a viable option. And that's why I didn't mention him in the options for Black Panther. But it could have been him. They also cut out Okoye's husband.
I guess he didn't want to be in it or whatever.
But he was a traitor. What do you mean?
He can't be. He sided with Killmonger, which was the right side.
Yes, but he's a traitor to the throne. So, like the Queen Mother said, like your husband turned his back on us, this and that, and you support, like, nah. So I don't know, not him, but I like M'Baku. Like you said, Okoye would have been a great Black Panther. Now that you said that, I think that would have been a best option. But even if we skip to the end of the movie, they made it seem like his son is going to be the Black Panther now in the next one, maybe.
That's what I'm trying to get there.
We'll talk about that
later. So let's break down movie part by part. Let's actually go through the movie and actually review it. Like I said, the beginning scene I thought was. Well, first it was a somber mood with the funeral, but then after that, when they go to the UN, I thought that was super hard.
Mm-hmm. That was dope.
How they put all the other countries in place. I thought that was great. And I think those are some of the moments that, when you talk about why Black people love these movies, I think those are some of the moments that feel so good, when we talk about it as a Black community, putting the colonizers in their place, is a fantasy that I think, that's a cool one.
That's why Black Panther was so cool in the first one, because it had that same, like Black Panther in all the movies that he was in had that same type of energy. Like, I'm a king. Y'all are going to respect me. Like, he always had that presence, that authority. But then we get here, Shuri's over here making little girl decisions. Like, she's thinking off her emotions. She has no kingliness, no leadership about her at all. She didn't even want to try to build a plan. She didn't even try to find a protector for Wakanda. She was just doing her own thing. Like, I don't know. That's why I thought it was a bad decision. Like, in no way would she be the next one. She hasn't shown any qualities to say that she should be next up.
Right. And so that leads us into, into the next part of the movie when we see first there's the reveal of the Namor and what
Mhm.
how do you where are they from again?
I don't know, man.
Talokan,
Yeah, Talokan. Yeah,
Talokan,
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mexican
So
Atlantis.
yes,
yeah.
yes,
Mexican
and
Atlantis, exactly.
and yeah, we get the reveal of them, and then Namor shows up at Wakanda. I thought, what did you guys think of? What did you guys think of Namor as a villain?
I think it could have been better, but they I don't know. I guess they toned him down to keep Sherry possible to fight with him, but he seemed like he was gonna be so much better and do so much more things. Like from the previews, they made it seem like this dude was about to be it. Like maybe we'll be fighting him for a couple movies. Like this might not end right here. But at the end of it, like he just sat down. It was so oh man.
So,
I
so
don't
that's
know.
the
You
thing.
keep jumping to the
That's
end. You
my
keep
thing
jumping
too.
to the.
But it's hard not
No.
to because the whole thing with Namor was his introduction when he first popped up. I was like, cool, except he's fat. I have to fat shame
Yeah.
this dude. I'm sorry, bro. Namor was
Wait,
a beast.
what?
The
Well,
dude is fat.
uh,
The
I
dude
think he's just
Namor,
thick.
he
I don't
supposed to
think
be a
he's fat.
swimmer. My dude, he's not cut enough. He's not in shape enough to be
Oh,
Namor.
oh,
Dog, okay, so look,
I'm
I'm
not
sorry.
looking at. I
Look,
didn't
no, no,
Okay.
notice
say
that.
Yeah,
look,
go
this
ahead.
is the thing. When they say it's sexist, when you talk about comic book women not being bad like the comics, it's the same thing for the men. This dude Namor in the comics walk up to your girl, a married woman or something, and say, "Yo," right in front of your husband, and say, "Yo, you are bad. You need to come with me because I'm Namor. Look at this
Hmm.
body. I walk around in the green speedo daily, boo. Come with me." And chicks be like,
Okay.
"Man, maybe I should." So Namor supposed to walk up on
I'm with you.
these women and be
Yeah.
like, "I'm a swimmer. All I do is swim. I'm a mutant that's been around for like 1,000 years, and I got these wing feet. Now you want to see what that's about?
Yeah. No.
Come with
Yeah.
me right
I'm
now."
with
Yeah.
it. This is good. Hey,
No,
This
this
I'm
is
dude
with
came
you.
up out
I'm
the
with you.
water.
Yeah, no,
He
I'm with
wasn't
you.
looking. He wasn't looking like he looking like
Yeah,
me at
he
the
wasn't
beach, bro.
stunning.
Nah, dude, you gotta get
Yeah.
ready, man. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't understand how you get. Well, first of all, these dudes get millions of dollars to act, man. You
yeah.
gotta get right, dog.
Yeah.
Get you a
He
personal
go through
trainer, get on
the.
them roids.
He didn't get on the
Yeah, nah,
HGH.
you're
Yeah,
right.
like everybody else. Yeah. I don't understand.
You're right. You're right. I'm with you. I'm with
Yeah,
you.
you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
That's terrible.
I
And now
Google
that,
searched him. Yeah, you're right.
I wasn't
I
thinking
mean,
about it during the movie, but that's bad. That's
Yeah,
bad.
no,
when he
you're right.
popped out the
You're right.
water, I said, "Wait, you've been around for 1,000 years and you swim all day and you not svelte? Like,
He's been chilling. He had nothing to do.
I guess that's what it is. I guess that's what it was. They were just
Yeah.
chilling. You don't be swimming around. I did love when they had the killer whales with them though. That
Yes.
was hard. I
That
was
was
like,
tight.
yeah, with the
That was
killer
hard.
whales. So
Yeah.
that was cool. Of course, that's my favorite animal.
So,
And then,
Yeah.
but I wanted to talk about just more about Namor. Did you guys think that he was a good villain, just in general? Like, other than obviously his body type not being right.
no, I mean, yeah, he was cool. You know, he was cool. He wasn't when he first took her down there. They was communicating.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was like, I'm gonna have to come after your country if y'all not with us, right? I want to destroy the whole world. You with me? And he didn't really like negotiate. And then Shuri was like, well, nah, guess we're gonna have to go to war. Like it didn't really make sense to me. And like
Well, but
Bryson said with the ending, when Bryson talked about the ending, to me that factors in as the whole thing.
Yeah,
Like, how you
okay.
just calmly go away? When does that ever happen? For
yeah,
a
so
villain?
we're gonna hate on the ending. We know we're gonna hate on the ending. The ending is bad. Okay, spoiler alert. The ending is bad. But we got to talk about the movie in this parts. So what about when we? Okay, so when you said you don't like that he wasn't negotiating, but is Namor like the negotiating type, the compromising type? In the comic books, he's always like, I hate the land people and
Yeah. I'm not mad at those aspects. Like I said, I just didn't understand the conflict seemed to pop out of nowhere. Like, oh, they in the ocean. People been swimming. They've been dumping trash in the ocean. You ain't care until they was looking for vibranium in the ocean.
Because they'd find them. If they found vibranium, they'd find them. So I thought that the way they wrote the conflict was as good as it could be. Because how else are you going to say these people have been living in the ocean for 1,000 years and nobody's ever, how else are you going to say it? to me, it gave them a reasonable reason why they showed up now, and it gave good reasons why Namor hates the land people. With the slavery and all that stuff, it ties into the same themes that are in Black Panther movies a lot: the colonialism, and oppression of these minority groups. And so now it's bringing it from the brown people's perspective here. So I thought that was cool.
It's cool. That is cool. That's great. But in no other movie do we see the villain back down. They're always defeated. So that's my thing. Like, how much do you care about it to where it's like, oh, I'll just destroy these 2 ships. As long as they don't do it no more, I'm chilling. Like, all right, that's it.
Why wouldn't you just offer that off rip when you take her down there and just say, yo, as long as y'all make sure they don't come down here, we're good. But no, it was like, I want to destroy the whole world. You with me? No? Okay, well, I'm going to come blow y'all up first.
Yeah.
And you took the deal.
That's what I'm saying. I like my
ending. So we got to go to the end. We got to go to the end. The end sucks.
But if we just the reason I like Killmonger so much is because he was all the villains for the most part are very ride or die with what they believe in. Right. But Namor was the first one that I seen was just like, hey man, they stopped doing it. I'm cool. But every other villain has a bigger thing than that.
Yeah, he said, I can't let them know nothing about us. Then he popped up in a damn city on a damn bridge in a big ass city with a bunch of blue people. Just, we gonna fight it out here. Well, now's the time. Like, that don't make no sense.
No, you talking about no. When Namor, no. You got it confused. When they popped up in the city,
we cannot reveal ourselves.
Yes, but when they popped up in the city, they killed all the witnesses. Remember, there was not a single witness.
Mike, what city where they ain't got no cameras and shit around?
You can say the same thing. You can say the same thing about the boat. Come on, now you can say the same thing about the boat.
That boat was in the middle of the ocean. That was an oil rig.
But you don't think they have security feeds or something? Everything cut. Remember when they were everything cut. So the same thing happened. They got vibranium technology like the Wakandans do. They could cut all the security.
They just shot an EMP.
They didn't have no fly technology, dog. They had some underwater breather things. That's all they had.
And that's it.
But okay, see, these are the issues I have with the movie. So these are the issues I have with the movie. See, I think y'all are pointing out things that aren't like really issues. But with the issues I do have with the movie are that when you first see them, they clearly have powers, and I don't know if you want to call it technology. It doesn't really explain how they talk to the fish or how they. The first scene when they're getting shot, they all just get right back up. When Okoye fights some of the people, she cuts them all down, all 3 people, and they get right back up. And when she goes to tell them in the throne room, she's like, they got right back up. Then when they're rescuing Shuri, one shot from a gun and these people are dead and they can't heal them.
It was sound bullets.
But what's that? Like, what does it mean? They never really define what the limits of these people are. It wasn't clear at all in any way. And then the Wakandans too. They seem to tone down the power level of the Wakandans because in the first movie they saving Ross from a bullet, shot to the spine and giving him, the ability to walk again.
Forget, Shuri took a thing right through the chest and was just like, I'm good.
Right. Well, I was gonna get there too. That's what I'm saying. It was not clear because how did the Killmonger died by getting stabbed and he died, but he had the heart-shaped herb. But now all of a sudden, Shuri gets impaled with a spear. She pulls herself off, and then she's all good. It makes no sense. They just wildly changed the level of abilities, power, healing abilities, and technology of these people, however it fit the movie in the moment. And that was stupid. All of a sudden, Wakanda can't even notice when this whole army appears in their city. I mean, like how? Like where are they getting through? Like it's just all of those things, the technology aspects didn't make sense. So that's one thing I do hate.
You notice Mexican Atlantis didn't advance. Like they just been underwater, but they ain't get like no new shit. They were still living like,
but they
had
were
like an outside marketplace, and they was like,
exactly.
They were just like out there underwater catching stuff in little nets. I guess like,
just chilling.
That's not true because they had all those bombs. They had
bombs later.
They had bombs from the beginning.
Their city was look basic.
They had
So
bombs from the
It did look
beginning.
basic.
They cut off the
the
security of the boat, so they clearly had technological advances. They just didn't show it like that in the
Yeah.
movie.
They don't have no
They were able to breathe above
Talokan shoe.
water. They did, but that wasn't the focus of the movie. I mean, like I said, we could have focused.
Let's talk about lame. Lame. What's her face?
Who?
Who?
Riri?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Let's talk about
That
Riri.
was terrible. That was
super
terrible.
corny.
In every way of it, it was just terrible. Like if all right, you know all about the Wakandas, and they show up into your dorm room and you try to fight them. Like it just, I don't know. It was very weird. I don't know why they made it so kiddie. That part was very childish to me.
Yeah, Riri was lame. I mean, there's nothing to say there. I think that's pretty quick, easy to.
Her Iron Man line
The
was
whole
trash
part of the
too, bro.
movie, yeah, the Iron Man suit was terrible. Like you're in Wakanda and you can't make a better Iron Man suit than that. That was terrible.
I didn't think it was terrible, but yeah, it wasn't cool. Yeah, it wasn't cool. I didn't like those
What happened with
the
the?
maiden outfits either. The or Midnight Angel or
Oh
whatever
no,
outfits
those look
either. Yeah,
stupid. Those look
stupid.
stupid.
Yeah, they
And
were
then when they
weird.
kept trying to take the helmet off and on during the fight, like just so you could see Okoye's face, it was stupid. It was like, man, you could have just put the suit on without a helmet then, you know?
Yeah,
All this other stuff.
it was very weird.
Or
Yeah,
just give her the
yeah.
herb. You know, you don't need the stupid suit. Like
Yeah,
I
why
think a
you
lot
just
of
give
that stuff.
everybody the herb? You printed the herb like mad easy. Just let everybody get that shit.
Yeah.
Man, it's 3D printed.
So I
Exactly.
do. There is.
That is funny. You 3D printed the herb. That was wild to me.
I was like,
That
how you
was one of the
3D printed
craziest.
something that's living? I was confused, but whatever. I mean,
Hey,
I don't know about
Oh.
what kind of tech. I guess vibranium make you do it.
that's what I'm saying. The technology stuff just seemed like, okay, we needed to do this, we'll do it. Okay, we need this
Like-
person to die. They have no technology for it. You know what I mean? It was just very just weird, variant.
I was so thrown off by it at first. Like when she was trying to save the Black Panther, I was like, is she just trying to print a piece for his heart? I didn't know she was trying to make the herb again. I didn't even think that was possible. And then she did it. I was like, all right, that's insane.
Of course, they had to bring it back somehow. I mean, how else do you do it? I mean, because they burnt it all in the first movie. So,
I don't know.
so I wanted to go through in timeline order. So let's
Mhm.
talk about. I wanted to talk about
Go
the
for
big twist of the movie when the Talokans come to Wakanda and they wreck it. Right.
Mhm.
There's several things about this. One, this is where I thought Namor was a cool villain. One, I thought that his action scenes were cool. He was wrecking the Wakandans, and he seemed like a formidable, dangerous villain, a real, a villain. And so I like that scene. And then, of course, the big twist is they killed Angela Bassett, and this was a decision I did not like at all. I didn't like this decision. I
You
thought
just keep
she
going
was
back
the
to the
best part of
same
the
well
movie.
over and over. So it's always like you're motivated by death. He's motivated by death. She's motivated by death. Who's not motivated by death? Can we get a different motivation? A motivation of, I don't know, some kind of altruism or something positive? It's always the same motivation. My brother died. My sister died. My mama died. My cousin died.
Right.
I don't mind that if it was because that's a big death. So if something bigger was going to come, but like I said,
you started the
we're
movie
looking
off
towards
with
the
the
end.
big death. So if you're gonna make the whole movie about getting over this grief, you don't need to add more grief on it. Like that doesn't. Like she's still grieving her brother when her mother dies.
Yeah.
You don't need to get rid of the best character in the movie up to that point. To me, the best actress. She was really carrying. To me, she carried the movie. When she died, at the point when she died, the movie tanked. Like at that after that scene, there wasn't any more good parts of the movie. So I didn't like this decision. I thought it was a bad decision, and I think the movie really suffered for it, personally.
Yeah, I mean, they
No,
could
like I
have
said-
talked to the pamper god or something. Get our mind right instead of having our mind.
Yeah, I don't mind that though. Like I said,
Yeah, I don't mind that she
I
died.
like-
It's just that they keep using the same thing for motivation for every character.
Exactly,
in all
that-
the movies.
And if it's gonna be that big of a death, then Neymar has to come back for at least 2 more movies. Like, I mean, because Killmonger didn't kill nobody important. Well, I mean, I guess he killed the one guy, but he wasn't really that important. Forrest Whitaker. But like I said, if you're gonna do a big death like that, not sure it's gonna be mad forever again. Like, it's got to be drawn out to me. Make it worth it.
Yeah, well, they definitely kept Namor alive. They may use him in other movies and Avengers movies in the future. Who knows? So let's jump to the since you guys been wanting to talk about it this whole time. The ending, uh, just
Their
yeah,
plan was trash.
it was a really stupid plan. Why would you go to where the enemy is stronger?
Yeah, I like the idea. Of, you want to dry Namor out? Okay, that makes sense or whatever. But like, you go to the middle of the ocean, so when that shit don't work right away, you only had one spot where they could hit it, and it was under the water where they good at. So
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
okay, so that's it for your plan now, and now you can't run nowhere, and all your technology is back on your country.
Yeah,
Y'all
fighting
kind
in
of
the middle of the
screwed.
ocean. Yeah, weird idea.
Stupid
Like,
idea. And the
They didn't have no
thinking,
water boats or nothing to fight with. Like they just had,
nothing. We just gonna be on this close quarters on top of this ship. Like, they can surround you from everywhere. It was a bad idea. I don't know. It
yeah,
was terrible, man.
absolutely
Terrible
stupid.
idea.
And what you guys think of? I mean, before we got there, because when Shuri came up with this idea, and what y'all think of her punking M'Baku in the throne room? Because I know I was in the theater. Some of my friends had negative reactions to that.
I wasn't surprised. I mean, once she got the heart herb, you knew it was going to be Shuri time to be the best as ever
Yeah.
and to start showing out. You know what I mean? So I'm not really surprised by that. I didn't understand why Shuri looked like she needed a couple cheeseburgers, man. She should have got swole for the movie too, bro. I mean, they put the Black Panther
Yeah.
suit on. She's like one of my kids going for Halloween, dog. Like,
Yeah,
it's a big head
that's
on a little
true.
bitty body.
That's true.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the same thing.
That's true.
It
That's
looked
true.
terrible. It did not look like I wouldn't want to buy that toy. She was the worst Black Panther ever, and she's only in 10 minutes of the movie, and it was bad. It was just bad.
I mean, I thought it was
Terrible.
cool when they obviously it was CG when she was fighting outside the boat and stuff like that. That stuff was cool. I was wondering
Yeah.
where she got these
That
skills
wasn't
from.
her. That was, like you said, CG.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I mean, look, man, I'm not whatever. I thought it was, like I said, interesting, visually cool to watch.
Yeah.
She's sliding down with the claws, jumping off, grabbing other people, and spears and stuff.
Yeah.
That was cool. But yeah, I mean, but then we got to a more visceral type of fight, and it wasn't hitting the same way.
Yeah.
When she fought Namor on the ground.
Yeah. And so we close out with the Namor just giving up. I mean, I thought it was stupid. You could either killed him and they had that ending, and her
That'd have been terrible. I'd been more mad if he'd have been dead.
yeah, more mad than him just
It's such a
giving
waste
up.
of such a good character. Like,
Of course. Oh yeah, it's
if
a
you
waste of
killed
good
him
character.
and you wasted that good, because I mean they're running out of good Marvel characters. They're running out of good Marvel characters. They done got rid of Iron Man. They done got rid of Cap. They had the X-Men left, and they got the Fantastic Four. They done made Hulk lame. They done made Thor a little weaker and kind of lamer.
He can bounce back
I never
from
really
that.
loved the Guardians, but I'm just thinking of all the top Marvel characters in the comics, and they're running low on those people right now.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
you can't afford to get rid of Namor.
I hear that.
And that's
I hear
why they
that.
don't.
I hear that. So how
It has
do
to
you
be
think
resolved
they
some kind
should
of
have? Exactly, it has to be resolved. So they resolved. I mean, it was just so dumb to me because the telecoms were winning, and they just show back up on the ship, and Namor's just like, "All right, I know we're winning.
good,
We're about
fellas.
to kill him,
Good.
but hey, let's just let's just
He
leave
pieced
now."
it up.
Let's pack up and go home.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Why? He could have. Once you let him
But
go,
they just killed
and
all
he
our
gets-
people. It's like, oh, it's all right though. We gonna go back. It's like, but I thought we was mad about that. Like, don't we
That's
was
what
only
I'm saying.
fighting here because y'all killed some people.
He should have killed Shuri. I would have been happy about that. That would have made the
Right,
movie
that's
fire.
how it could have ended. It could have ended like that.
It wouldn't have ended
Fall
like
of
that,
Wakanda,
man.
but see,
Yeah.
it wouldn't go like that. That would be people would feel upset about that. You can't have Wakanda fall. If in a movie called Wakanda Forever, you can't do that.
Forever in our hearts, they gone. But yeah, I mean, you can't. Look, I'm not surprised by that, man. I'm not surprised by that. And so we could talk about the ending. You know what I mean?
So how else could not? Because I wonder how else could you
how
have
else
fixed
could
that
it have
movie?
gone?
Because the ending is so bad.
The
How
narrative
else could it have
decisions you
gone?
made kind of locked you in.
Yeah, exactly. I don't.
But so, how could you have made the movie where Namor is the enemy, but then they come to peace? How could it have ended in peace without them just saying, "Okay,
maybe if you have other people dying, maybe if you have some of your soldiers dying and some of his soldiers dying, and you have to come together because y'all keep having like little skirmishes, but never a full on blowout brawl. Nobody's town, because their towns didn't get destroyed. So I guess that's why you had, but they did come to Wakanda and mess them up bad. Maybe something like that. Maybe after that, Shuri goes and makes an agreement and they fight somebody else for the big. There had to be a big action scene at the end of the movie.
Right.
So
you would have had to made
like the CIA,
somebody else, the CIA or some
CIA
other
people.
Some other force would have had to be the big bad for the end scene.
Maybe they could have brought out the Thunderbolts. Maybe they could have had what's her name? Veep. What's her name? What's the chick name? The CIA chick. Valentina, whatever.
Yeah, I know.
They could have had her. Maybe they could have had her launch an attack after they caught Ross and be like, "We got them. We know where they at. Go get them." And Shuri help, and they team up to get the CIA off of Talokan. And I don't know, man. I don't know, but maybe something like that would make it so that you could be kind of like Civil War, basically. But then it's just like Civil War, where you thought the villain was Black Panther, but it's not. And at the end, you're cool because y'all fought Zemo.
But in Civil War, though, hold on, Civil War didn't end in people being. It ended with them being broken up. It ended with Iron Man defeated,
almost killing Cap.
That's okay. So you're right, but remember, Black Panther was mad and he wanted to kill Cap.
So Black Panther
so they pieced it up.
But my point is that it ended. The main action scene was Cap and Iron Man, and one had to lose, one had to win, and then the other he left him. So Shuri could have just left him on the beach. But then they couldn't have had that climactic.
They came to Wakanda directly in the next movie.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So there's no way to do that, Or she could have if they had really they had figured out some way to have some anti-Namor device, and she shows them hey, don't mess with us, or we will kill you next time, and then it ends that way. But
she will be a big brain.
Yeah, so
her big brain ended up being let's just fight it out.
Right. It was so that's what I'm saying. It was pretty bad. It was just bad. I think they could have fixed it, but it was hard to do.
Themselves into a corner. By the time you get to the end of the movie, it's it has to be a big action scene. You don't want to bring in no extra characters. It was already 2.5 hours long. So now you got to have them fight some kind of way, and somebody got to be, and they got to be cool at the end for some reason. I like Namor just say we know what the deal is.
Right.
We kind of know some stuff. I ain't laying down forever. Just for now, whatever. I'm gonna get my abs, and then we really gonna wreck them.
See, that's exactly. He's just getting ready for part 2. You're gonna see new and improved Namor. So let's get to the end, then, man. You guys, the reveal. T'Challa had a son. T'Challa had a son who's also named T'Challa. So instead of recasting T'Challa, they can have T'Challa the second be Black Panther in the future, potentially. What do you guys think of this?
Probably in some young Avengers movie or something.
Yeah, but my thing is, I'm surprised Marvel went with Shuri as the Black Panther because she was such a problem when they were filming. They had to delay filming twice because
but that was after they had already written it. So I'm sure they just didn't want to rewrite it.
It should have been a red light, we can't trust this woman to be our star in the future. How about that?
But they're not. I don't think she's going to be. Listen, I don't think that she's going to be this in
the next one. She's gone.
Yeah.
I don't think she's
going to do a 3. They're going to have something with a young Avengers movie or something with the boy. And then by the time they do a 3, he going to be in charge. Shuri not going to be the Black Panther.
Yeah. I don't even think they set it up. So. She's not queen. They set it up, and M'Baku's going to be king. She left. I don't think that they set it up for her to be some long-standing thing. I think it was just in that movie, that 10 minutes, she became the Black Panther, and they're going to move on from her, is how I feel.
I hope so, man. She's terrible.
She is bad.
She's not. She's not strong enough to, I don't think, to carry a movie for sure. Not unless she get killed and something else, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. She's always been the worst character out of all the Black Panther people. I don't understand
what
why
was
she
that, man? What Bucky was that?
Yeah, I mean, look,
He was
Anybody.
cool with him.
yeah,
Yeah.
The White Wolf could have showed up. You know what I'm saying?
Would have been
I
hard.
agree. I agree. So
White Panther?
we want to stay on this forever, but what? So did you guys like the aspect of second, T'Challa the second?
No, it's corny, man. Yeah, Black Panther, the king not just throwing royal seeds around.
Well, that's the
King.
girl
That's his
he's
girl.
in love with. That's not just anybody.
That's
That's the
his
girl
girl,
he's in
though.
love with.
He not just
Yeah.
dog. I'm sorry, bro, but he not just throwing seeds around, man. He's the king. You can't just be having these little bastards out here
Yeah,
playing the drum.
wait, but that was the girl he wanted to be his queen. The
Was she
whole
the
time
queen?
everyone knew it.
Was she the queen?
No, because she chose not to be.
Then you can't be giving her no
Yeah.
seeds. Come on, man. Look, bro.
And why would your kid live outside
Y'all
of
don't be
Wakanda?
thinking
Like,
that.
whatever
Y'all don't
excuses
be
that
thinking.
you make,
Then he
that
was
was
like,
dumb.
"Nah, we want him to live in Haiti." Haiti
In
be getting
Haiti?
tore up by these white people countries. What are we talking about right now?
Not in Haiti. No way. No
I mean,
way.
you guys got some points. But
Bro, the dude would not just be look, man. Dude thinking about being a king, being a responsible king all the time, man. Now he just like, yo, raw dogging it. Like, come on, man. Dude would be responsible, man.
he knew
was
he was gonna
responsible.
die. He knew he was gonna die. He had to have a son before he died.
He knew he was gonna
Had to
die.
continue to die. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
they
look,
said he knew he was gonna die.
The boy was
It was
6
a
years
sickness.
old.
Yes, it was a sickness that I don't know, man. I don't know. Look,
No, before
That's
the
what they said, though.
It was before the blip.
bruh,
That's what they said,
bruh. I mean, I'm just telling you.
Wait,
what,
okay, so maybe I missed that. So so they said that they knew he was gonna die,
He
and that's
knew.
why.
he knew
Yes.
he was gonna die. He said it was some sickness that now again they don't allude to it, but that's where it's written in as Chadwick Boseman, and Chadwick Boseman did know he was gonna die for years. He did know he was battling cancer quietly for a long time.
Chadwick Boseman
So-
knew. Black Panther knew.
It's the same
what they
thing in the
said?
movie. It's the same person.
No, it's not.
If you
dog.
get that, it's the
Let
exact same
Killmonger
person.
win, then.
No.
Why he ain't let Killmonger win?
Because
He said, "Say, dog, I'm out of here anyway, bro."
because he had to leave a correct legacy. He wanted to before he died. He had to leave the correct legacy. So
Bruh, if I was a dude, I wouldn't even trust these. Like, man, this dude ain't man. This little boy from Haiti, man. Who knows who she was with? Is it the king? How you gonna be like, oh, you take our country then?
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I ain't going with that
No,
one.
That's not
No,
that's
y'all
not
tripping,
cool.
man. Bruh,
That's not
You
cool.
gonna
Come
take
on.
by yourself,
the
man.
advanced nation in the world. So you saying that you're gonna let them take over as king just because?
They let
That's what I
Killmonger
would like to
take over as king because
Killmonger won the battle, and he had the
Okay.
He won the battle. They ain't
Yeah,
let him.
so does
do
the
it.
kid. You don't think the kid got the little thing on his lip?
Oh, they didn't show it.
He definitely do.
Just because
He
he didn't
definitely
show
do.
it, don't mean it's
all
not
right, well, he
there.
got it then. Okay, all right, he got all that. I ain't see it. Boy, start
It's
talking.
They'll
definitely
show it.
there.
They'll show it when he comes to be king. He'll
He
show
ain't say nothing
it.
about it.
He'll show it when he
Yeah.
comes to be king. All
Y'all
right.
say so, man.
And they said the queen knew, so maybe they,
Exactly.
I
All
don't
that.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. Well, look, man, maybe they was low key married or something, like, secretive.
All that.
it's still dumb. It's
I
still
still
dumb.
don't understand that, but okay. I mean, if she the queen, let her get her power, let her get her rep.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know.
guys. So in other news, another big thing that happened this week. Well, first let's give overall ratings. What do y'all think? I'm giving this movie maybe. I mean, after y'all talked it even further down for me, but I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Oh, I was gonna give it like a 5. I thought it was like it was
I was about to say,
side.
I'm not going that high. I'm
Then
probably
y'all
not
don't
gonna
like
watch
it at all. Y'all really not messing with that. I thought it was good.
No, it's
Never
not.
watch
Look,
it
man,
again.
Look, man, you want to rank it in Marvel movies? It's better than Iron
It's
Man
last.
2. No, it's better than Iron Man 3. It's
Mhm.
better
Uh-huh.
than
That's it. That's it.
Guardians 2.
That's it.
It's better than
Wait, it's not.
No.
That's it. It's
Thor
better
2
than the newest.
is
The newest
better
Thor
than-
is better than Thor 2.
it's better than Thor 4.
No.
Yeah, it's
No, it's not.
it's better than all the TV
Thor's better.
shows. It's better than
No, it's not
Okay,
better
that
than
don't
Agents of
count.
Shield. It's not better than Agents of Shield.
Oh no, Agents of Shield is great, but that's not.
It's not better than the Netflix shows, but all the Disney Plus shows.
Right. That's
I
right.
agree with that.
It's better than what else? Oh, better than that Doctor Strange movie, the new one. That movie was trash.
Agree.
That movie was trash.
This is the best Marvel movie since Endgame.
Well, if you're not counting Spider-Man, right?
Well, so Spider-Man. Do you think this was? Yeah,
Spider-Man was way better.
Spider-Man was better than this.
I'm about
But
to say,
Spider-Man had a lot of issues too. I hated a lot of things that happened to Spider-Man too.
I might not have liked everything, but the Spider-Man ending was perfect. And this ending
Which
was
one?
not perfect.
See, this is my thing. So, all right.
That's
So
the
this
one
is
with
just the
Mysterio,
movies
right?
in general. No.
No, Mysterio
Mysterio's
was
was bad.
trash.
Mysterio was trash. We talking about the newest one. Keep up, Bryce, keep up. We talking
I
about.
can't even remember the newest Spider-Man.
My thing is,
That's when
you
he met all the
guys
Spider-Man.
feel like in a movie, bad ending can ruin a good movie. Because my thing is, I think 2/3 of this movie was good.
Right.
Yes, the bad part was the ending. But to me, that doesn't it ruined the 2/3.
Look, man, think about it, bro.
Was
It's just
great.
like gymnastics or something, man. You might do the firest flips of all time, but if you mess up the landing, people are not gonna remember all them fire flips. They
But
remember
you
how
still get
fell.
you still get points for the fire
and they
flips.
take a big ass chunk off.
You don't have to stick the landing. No, you can have a trip up on the landing.
Okay, a little trip up. This ain't that. This is
That
not
wasn't no
sticky.
trip up.
This
They
was a
fell.
ball.
Yeah,
Ball
they fell.
on the landing.
Okay,
I thought it was a very bad.
I didn't think it was that good either.
I thought it was
I didn't think the
poor
middle
ending.
was that good. The middle was terrible to me.
I thought the
Beginning
middle
started off
The
good.
middle is
and
the well. I mean,
the end was
depending-
terrible.
If you count the middle as the bridge scene with Okoye
Yeah,
and
but before that, with
I
the Riri
was
stuff,
like-
ugh.
because that
was
that
the
fight
best part.
was so
That was
good.
the last best part. Everything
That was
else
the
after
best
that
part
was
of the entire
terrible.
movie. Yeah. No. The part when they come to Wakanda and Namor is wrecking up all this,
Yes,
wrecking all the
yes.
ships. That's dope too. So
The
all
part
that
right
stuff.
before
was
the bridge is lame,
cool.
dude, with all the Riri at her school and stuff. I was
It was,
like,
all
it
that
was
part
okay.
sucked.
It was okay. It wasn't terrible. I wasn't
it
upset.
wasn't good either. That's why this is a solid 5.
All
It's
right.
better than those
Yeah.
trash
Wow.
movies you mentioned,
Wow.
but it is also not close to the best ones. It's not no Winter
I'll
Soldier.
never watch it again.
Oh, it's definitely not. Yeah, it's definitely not Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier's a 10. You think there's anywhere near that?
Of solo movies. No. Winter Soldier's a 10. Yeah. No, it's not nowhere near that. I said 7.5. That's not near that. 7.5 is.
That's a
That's
lot.
almost 8.
That's a lot, dog. I can't believe you said 7.5. That's a lot.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, dude. All right. I'm bad at reviews.
You're gonna watch this movie again? Like when it comes on Disney Plus, you're gonna watch this again?
I will definitely watch that scene with Okoye on the bridge again. I'll watch.
No,
I'll
you see
watch
it on
that
YouTube
for
right
sure.
now. But
Okay.
as far as
Exactly.
the
I
actual
can look
watching
up
the
a
movie, I
clip.
would definitely not watch the movie.
I'm not watching it again. Ever.
Hey,
If
maybe
it came
I
on
was
TV,
caught up
I'm
in
not
the
like,
emotional aspect. Like I said, I liked that it gave a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I enjoyed the writing of the movie and what it was about in a lot of ways. Like I love. There was so many good, to me, powerful moments. The scene with Killmonger in the ancestral plane is a powerful moment to me. The scene with Angela Bassett in the throne room was and Okoye is a powerful moment to me. So those the scene with Angela Bassett in the UN, powerful moment to me. So those moments to me are all rewatchable. And then of course the bridge scene that's the fight action scene to watch, and then the Namor wrecking the ships. All of those moments to me were great moments that I would rewatch. So to me, it's hard to take all those moments and then say this is a trash movie.
No, I didn't say it's trash. You said it's mid.
mid. It
5
might be
is the
trash to
definition of
me.
mid.
I'm still.
Yeah, 5 is the definition of mid. Okay, all right, cool. So I say 7.5. You guys say 5. So that averages out to like 5.5 or something like that. I don't know.
Or 6, yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Uh,
Mid movie.
Yeah.
So
Mid.
all right, guys. Well.